So if you're wondering why I've been wearing this kind of ridiculous scarf or ski mask, whatever you want to call it, it's because the doctor said I got to keep my throat warm. I don't know, it's still quite bumpy up in there. So I'm only feeling about 80%, but hopefully in the next few days, I'll be fully healthy again, and I'll be able to work out again. That's really been bothering me. The fact that I can't work out. I tried it, my body was like, not happening. Anyway, in terms of the recap, oh man, this whole month of April has really just been either one step back and then one step forward and then one step forward and then one step back. I'm almost at break even for the month, and it's tough because we started the month with those big old direct public offerings. We got halted in twice on the way down. So those took some heavy tolls. So those were like two big losses back to back. We made all that back. That was great. But then I got sick. So there goes like a whole other week of kind of non-activity. This week, we started off strong. And then today it kind of gave back a little bit because today was just a day you should not be trading. Today was one of those days where you go to the beach and you want to surf and there's no waves, but you still, try to surf, and then, I don't know, you break your nose of your board because you just go right into the sand or something like that. That was kind of like how it was today. I was kind of just in the stream, just looking for a trade, looking for an opportunity, and I should have been a little bit more conscious of that because I know that situation, but still I end up kind of forcing a trade that just should have never been traded on a stock that just had basically zero volume. So shame on me for that. Talking about the stream, I do apologize for the horrible internet we have been having. It's a little bit out of my immediate control. I can't do anything about it. I already have a new internet provider coming with that. We don't have a specific date set for that transfer yet. So we're just gonna have to hold up a little bit longer. Hopefully that's gonna improve the internet. I mean, that's not a guaranteed thing either. Ever since the whole kind of quarantine home office thing, I have been noticing, probably because everyone's at home streaming or whatnot, or watching videos or movies or Zoom meetings, the internet has been really bad. So again, I apologize for that, but there's not a lot I can really do. I am switching to an internet provider with an even better plan, even though I have almost the best plan in Berlin. But let's see, maybe that will fix some issues. All right, guys, let's go to the charts now. Let's recap these trades that I did today and what we probably could have done instead. Like always, if you enjoy the content, definitely don't forget to leave a like. I definitely appreciate all of them. If you're totally new here, I'd love to see you again. I go live every morning at 9:15 to trade the market open and go over the watch list first. So I'd love to see you there. Consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon too so you get a notification. Let's go to the charts now. All right, guys, so here's the recap of some of the stocks we traded today. ATIF popped up on the scanner a bit late. I didn't see this one. It was actually shouted out in the chat room. It was gapping up 130%, 37 million shares outstanding, which is a bit on the higher end, but it did have a contract winner news, and there wasn't a lot moving today. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe this one does have a little bit of opportunity. You can see some contract winner news. And we did have some big time support around 2.5. In the past, though, the gaps didn't hold that well, so that was one thing to kind of worry about. But this is the first time that we, really started out higher here, and this pullback here was really, really aggressive. So I was thinking 2.5 could be a great bounce. So that was kind of my thesis for the most of the day. This morning we were so laggy with TOS, so I didn't even bother doing any of this trading. I wouldn't even been able to, honestly. I was trying to flip through some of the stocks, and it was not really working too well. So basically we missed several of these moves here, but I was really thinking about waiting. I was waiting for a dip buy here in this area the whole time at around 2.53. I had a limit order, but we never pulled back that extra 3%, and then we actually bounced and ran up 20%. So kind of missed this move, and I kind of wrote this ATIF off almost entirely until we did have one last pullback here. This was pretty late in the day at 10:14. Got this entry, was okay, had a little bounce here, but then it continued selling off, and after this pullback here, I actually bought again, which wasn't necessarily the worst idea. I actually had a pretty decent entry here. But when this consolidation happened here, and we just, with the 15-minute EMA coming in, I probably should have got out of this position earlier because the volume was so light on it. Once we did fail to kind of break higher, I did close this position. Unfortunately, not at the best spot, but that's just how it was. I kind of wrote ATI off after that, and I was looking at PECK and SAEX and some other tickers, which I should have just kept doing, because check out this volume. I mean, a few candles, you don't even see the volume because it was so small. About 1, 2, 3, 4 candles in here just basically don't even exist. That's how low volume we had with ATIF. The only reason I got in on it again is because a lot of times we look for these reversals, and a break past above the 15-minute EMA is usually a good indicator. And we finally had some volume coming back in. So I was looking for a quick little pullback here, a run to 2.5, maybe a break to that, and a run back to VWAP. That was kind of my quick little mini goal there. I know a run all the way to VWAP probably would have been too ambitious, but still, at least probably 5 to 10% we probably could have squeezed out of ATIF if that happened on any normal stock that usually does do a reversal. This one again instantly just continued selling off, and we got out on the bounce 218, which yeah, seems to be a good spot. I mean, we could have got out at like 207 or something like that. That would have been really, really annoying. Overall, $183 loss on ATIF, which is about in 2 trades about an 18% loss, maybe closer to 17% loss, because one thing I did right on ATIF was the fact that I realized, it's kind of light volume. Today's kind of a wishy-washy day in terms of small caps, what's moving. So let's reduce some of the risk. So that was good. I reduced some risk there, and that allowed me to kind of walk away a little bit with a smaller loss than if I used the full position size, which was good. But ATIF, I really should have just kind of walked away here. I should have put a bit more attention on the fact that the volume basically is gone, absolutely gone, and then just kind of left it be. PECK, this one is a little bit more interesting today. We've had a few nice bounces on it. I could have got any one of these bounces here. I originally had my limit order in this area. I was looking for a bounce in this area. We didn't get it, and I ended up getting kind of yeah, so I was right in this area. I was looking for a bit of a pullback, kind of this whole entire run up here. I never got that pullback, and if I never traded that ATIF, I probably would have got this trade because my limit order was around 615. So we would have had this perfect snack here. Could have took my 8% profit and moved on. Probably ended the day almost green. So just. I think I overstayed my welcome with ATIF, and that was really my big mistake for today. What else do we have? SAEX, big contract winner as well, big gapper in the morning, 200% here. Held its highs kind of decently here at this 2.75 area, which again was multi-month support and resistance. You can kind of see the key level right here. We had some pivots in this area. We had some retests in this area. So we're right around here, and we were pulling back to that. This would have been probably a good little pre-market buy. I probably should have got aggressive here pre-market. Today would have been maybe a little bit more pre-market trading would have allowed me to avoid some of these mistakes. Buying any of these dips here, even if I just bought it 3 times and walked away with 3 times trades and made 3% on each one of these bounces would have been better than how I traded today. So getting aggressive in the morning, like always, would have been the ticket. This morning was tricky. It was really, really tricky because we had these really aggressive pullbacks to these, SAEX, I would actually argue, is a fairly kind of obvious area because, we did have these pre-market support here, multi-month support areas, but, just check out how shaky this is. We run up 12% and then blast down again from these highs. So it was just kind of a tough day. I mean, this was a 20% candle, red candle. I don't know. It would have been so easy to get on the wrong side of the trade today. PECK also had these, this thing was just getting halted the whole way up and then was getting halted on the way down. So this was a tricky one to trade. It was a big gapper as well. This was one of our lead gappers, and pre-market was up about 100% and then almost like 103% right before the market opened, or actually roughly basically 100%. And then this one actually had a nice float, about 1.4 million. So that's probably why it was getting halted so much. Nice small float. And the spread on this line on PECK was just a lot. So this thing was getting halted left and right. Would have been really hard to get an entry unless right out of the hold, which were all 10-minute holds, which made it a little bit more tricky. You can see here it was halted at 9:30, 9:40, 9:50. So it basically didn't trade for 30 minutes in a way. It was a weird one to try to trade. We did get one little dip buy here on this one on a pullback to 609, and I sold basically as soon as it bounced for a small 3% profit. So I don't know, little win there, but nothing that really changed the game today. Yeah, just kind of a slow day. It is what it is. I should have been a little bit more conscious on the fact that, you know, it's a tough market, a morning open. There's no clear lead gapper. There's like a few things doing kind of wishy-washy trading. I don't know, technicals. So let's just be a little bit more cautious today. If I didn't get a trade by like 10:30, I should have kind of just let it be. And I think that was kind of the lesson for today. Just, you know, if today was really one of those days that you shouldn't trade. And I understand the fact that, you know, not every day is a good trading day, and sometimes the best thing to do is not trade at all. So if I feel like we're in one of those days, then I should be not necessarily extra cautious, but just kind of wrap up trading and just kind of move on. So I think that would have been really the best thing to do today. I do like to kind of be in the chat room. I like to be, I'm streaming till at 10:30. So sometimes I'll kind of not necessarily force me in a trade, but sometimes I start looking for a trade. And that's when things can get a little dangerous. I mean, that's really what the last trade on today was. It was really looking for a trade, looking for something, and that really put me in a bad position. So yeah, we lost $183 on ATIF, and we made $30 on PECK. So we ended the day $153 red. I mean, whatever, not the worst day, and we could easily make that back in one trade, and we've done it many times. So that's not really the problem, but it's a little bit annoying because it just should have not been the case at all. It just should have not happened. So a little bit annoying there, but what are you guys gonna do? I think that's really everything to recap for today. You know, it's been a slow month for me. We started off getting with that direct public offerings. We got a few big losses, and then I made that back the beginning of April. So we're kind of at break even, and then I got sick, and then basically a week went by, and you know, now we're here, and the whole week has kind of felt like either one step back and then one step forward, or one step forward and one step back, and it's a little bit annoying, but I think I just got to get over the fact that, you know, I was sick. I'm a little bit exhausted. I don't want to keep complaining about it, but I'm still definitely only about like 85%. And I don't know. I'm ready to get back on the horse and keep growing this account. But right now, I don't know. Today was not the day for it, but you know, mentally I was ready for it. So it just didn't really align there. But got to be a little bit more cautious on those things. All right, guys, that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. Consider subscribing if you're new. I'd love to see you again, especially in the morning chat rooms. That's everything for today. So like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades, and until next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.